Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Toby's Talk Show, and today we are back with breaking NFL news, and that is J.J. Watt has signed with the Arizona Cardinals. So I know I really haven't talked a lot about J.J. Watt. I probably should have made a video earlier, but I did not. But yeah, as you guys know, it seemed like him and the Texans were kind of done after the season. The Texans are kind of looking like they're kind of being forced to tank right now, even though they're in a pretty bad position overall. And J.J. Watt's getting old. He wants that ring. He still has some time left before, you know, the injuries really catch up with him. So let him have the chance, and they did. They just let him go, which was very kind of them. And there were talks about every team. JJ Watt was kind of messing around with players or with the fans, posting random thoughts on Twitter. But it seemed like the most interested teams that were interested in him slash him interested in them were the Bills, the Packers, the Browns, and the Steelers. The Steelers made sense teaming up with your brothers. The Browns, it didn't make sense, but there was news he was interested in joining them. The Packers, they have a great team. He could help them maybe go to the hump of even making a Super Bowl for the first time in maybe a decade at this point. And then the Bills, obviously, they're a few pieces away from winning the Super Bowl. And so, yeah, those four teams made sense. But all of a sudden, you wake up today and you find out by himself, because it seemed like he wanted to dictate his whole process, which is fine by me. It was a great time. I enjoyed it. He's going to the Cardinals on a 2-year, $31 million deal. Big news. Is he worth that money? Maybe not at this point in his career. Is it only 2 years? Yes. So the worst thing that could happen is he has a bad year this year, and they could let him go and not really lose money or trade him away to a team that maybe needs a little bit of end help. The Cardinals are an interesting team to get J.J. Watt. A lot of people thought he'd be going to a Super Bowl contender, and I wouldn't really classify the Cardinals as that. Their defense is what is stopping them from even making the playoffs last year. Their offense was really solid last year, as you guys know. Kyler Murray and Hopkins both had phenomenal years. The O-line was getting a little better. Christian Kirk started to really break out. Maybe they need another receiver, but Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds held it down in the backfield, and they had a pretty overall team. Dan Arnold looked pretty solid this year. So their offense looked great. Their defense did not. They still have young pieces. They still have some old veterans, Patrick Peterson, Isaiah Simmons, for example. Hassan Reddick had a phenomenal year for them. And yeah, I mean, adding J.J. Watt is going to be very helpful for them. They do need some edge rush, which is why they obviously signed him. But I think they can at least make the playoffs, which would be nice. I thought the Cardinals had a good chance to make it last year. They didn't. They were 8-8. They could have made it. Kind of choked at the end of the season a little bit. Of course, got lucky by that Deandre Hopkins Hail Mary, but it was a dope play nonetheless. And they had some nice wins last year. Like I said, the defense was really holding them back. The offense did some nice work, and J.J. Watt's only going to help improve it. Obviously, there needs a lot more work. Reddick really was a in his first year, everyone thought he was going to be a bust, and he really broke out last year. So maybe a little. I mean, you could put Isaiah Simmons at the linebacker spot also. I know they need a few more corners. Buda Baker's there, stud and a half. So the pieces are there. They just need to fill out that defense where they have solid players all around. They have some pieces that could be their studs, and it's nice. Patrick Peterson, Buda Baker, Isaiah Simmons, J.J. Watt. It's a nice four, but you got to fill out the rest of the team so that everyone who is on the field, is good. Because or else your defense is going to get torched, and as much as your offense can score, there are better offenses in the league, and they'll put more points up against your, trash defense. This was very interesting news. It's interesting because J.J. Watt at this point, 3-time Defense Player of the Year, but obviously, the big thing that comes with J.J. Watt is he'll give it his all, of course, but he is injury prone, so it'll be interesting to see how his body can hold up. When J.J. Watt is on the field, he is a phenomenal player, even at this age, and after everything he's gone through, he's still having great seasons. He's not the player he once was, which was, at the time, like in his prime, he was like one of the best defense players of all times, and he'll go down as one. But he's not that same level, but he could still get to the quarterback and destroy them. He had a nice year last year. I could quickly check to see exactly his stats if we want to quickly review it. Let's see. He had last year 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 36 solo tackles. I mean, that's pretty solid. A little bit below his average. I mean, some of his years, man, he had 20 sacks in a year, 20 sacks in a year, 17 sacks in a year, 16 sacks in a year. It's really wild how good this man is. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, like I said. However, 5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, it's pretty solid for a guy 31 years old who's gone through what he's gone through. So yeah, I think it's a nice piece for the Cardinals. I definitely was not expecting it. I thought he'd go to a better team, to be honest. But the addition of JJ Watt could really help them, maybe. And it'll be interesting to see how the Cardinals do this year because they have a lot of talent and a lot of big names on that team. And the question is can you, like I said, fill out the team with solid players? Because without them, you're not going to win many games. You could have as many. It's not like the NBA, right, where you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You don't really need the best players. In the NFL, it's a team game. You need everyone to step up. And if you have even one bad player on the team, the offense will target you. So yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting to see what the Cardinals do in free agency / the draft. I'm excited to see. I think they should go after a defender in the draft. We will see what they do with their pick. And yeah, that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I was not expecting to make this video today, but of course I want to make it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below on the JJ Watt deal. Did you expect that? Do you think it's good for him, etc.? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. I think this will be a great place for JJ to prove himself and also have fun with his buddy Deandre Hopkins. I think I think that's also a big reason why he came. And yeah, I'm sure he'll have a great time down there in Arizona. Doesn't have to go that far, Texas to Arizona. Pretty easy trip. All right, guys. See you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.